G Squad. Welcome back to the channel. So, as you're watching this, I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. In fact, I hope you're doing amazing. So, clearly, you are interested in seeing how I made this miso honey glazed fish. That's why you clicked on the video, right? So, yeah, I recently discovered this ingredient. It's used like in a lot of Japanese dishes, or I'm not going to say a lot, but Japanese use it, you know, in some of their dishes. So I figured, hey, I like to explore, try different things. So I figured I'd try it on some salmon. So without further ado, let's get into this video. And I will see y'all at the, we're already in the kitchen. I'll see you at the counter so we can, you know, get this going. Bye. All right, family. So, you know, New York is very noisy, so I have to do a voiceover. So, the fish of choice I decided to go with is the salmon steak. So you can feel free to use whichever fish you like. I washed this off already in cold water and some vinegar. And so I have it in this container because this fish is going to actually marinate once we get our sauce made and add that to it. And so now, once again, this is the miso paste that I'm going to use. Now, if you're not familiar with this, it has like a aroma that's like pungent and savory, and the taste is kind of like a rich and salty taste, and you can actually use this in soups, marinades, or any type of sauce. And so now I added 3 tablespoons of it to this dish, followed up with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And now all these ingredients, I will make sure I list them in the description box along with the measurements. Now in here I have a tablespoon garlic that I minced. You can use garlic in a jar. Then I'm following up with like a tablespoon and a half of this ginger, and this is ginger that it's some minced ginger. I use fresh ginger. Then the next thing I'm going to add to this is a tablespoon of this sesame oil. And G Squad, you have to bear with me while I pour the sesame oil on the spoon. I had no idea it was going to be a struggle like this getting this out, but yeah, I would have gotten proactive and already had it measured out. But yeah, so eventually I get it filled up to a tablespoon, and then we're going to add that to the bowl as well. Yeah, that's a little more. Alrighty, there we go. Woo! Alright, so next I'm going to add some honey, and it's going to be 2 tablespoons of honey that we add to this. And then our final ingredient is going to be our rice vinegar. And so I'm just going to add a tablespoon of the rice vinegar. Alright, so once you get all your ingredients in a bowl, now you're just going to take your whisk and you're just going to whisk this until it's a nice creamy consistency. Everything is blended in well together. And so I'm just going to actually fast forward through this process. Okay, so now that I'm done whisking it till it's nice and creamy, I'm just taking a fork and just giving it a little taste test to see if I need to do any adjustments. And for my liking, it came out perfect. So I'm just giving it like a last minute whisk just to make sure I get everything smoothed out. So now we're going to bring over our fish. And now I'm going to just pour half of this marinade over the fish. And the other half we're going to save that for later to baste our fish again before we put it in the oven. So like I said, you just want to pour half of it, a nice generous amount, because you want to make sure you fully cover your fish on both sides. And so now I'm just grabbing a basting brush and just gonna go ahead in and like I said, just distribute this sauce throughout the entire fish. All right, so as mentioned earlier, I'm going to put a lid on this now and allow it to marinate. And it can marinate anywhere from 30 minutes to several hours. It depends on what type of time you have, but definitely give it at least 30 minutes, okay? So this is what the fish looks like. So we're going to cover it, put it in the refrigerator, and then we're going to check back in when we're ready to put it in the oven. All right, family. So I decided I want some brown jasmine rice. So on the stove, I have boiling right now 3 cups of water. I added a tablespoon of butter as well as some salt to it. And then now this is a cup and a half of the jasmine rice. And I made sure that I rinsed my rice really well to get rid of the starch. And you want to rinse it in cold water until the water is nice and clear. And so I'm just giving it a nice little stir. I'm going to allow this to come to a boil for like 1 minute. Lower the heat, put the lid on it, and then just let it cook until the water is fully evaporated and your rice is nice and fluffy. All right, so my fish has been marinating in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. And I did take it out about 15 minutes before I cooked it because I don't want to take it from extremely cold temperature and then put it in hot temperature. Also, you can do one or two things. You can line a baking sheet with parchment paper, or you could just have some grease and just grease your pan really well. So now I'm just going to go ahead and lay my fish on this, and then also you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. All right. All right. So now I'm going to take the remainder of the sauce that we made earlier. And so I'm going to actually baste my salmon really well with the rest of the sauce. And that's what you see me doing here. All right, so depending on the thickness of your fish, you are going to bake this anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes. In my case, these salmon steaks are pretty thick, so I would probably let them bake for about 15 minutes. Once that time is up, I'm going to remove them from the oven, crank the stove up to turn it on broil, and then I'm going to actually put them in a broil and let them cook for additional 2 to 3 minutes because I want like a caramelized texture on it. All right, so this is what they look like. And I'm going to pop them in the oven and I'll see y'all back here in about 15 minutes. Alrighty, gang. So after 15 minutes, I removed the fish, and this is how they look so far. And so now I'm going to go ahead now and turn the oven up, as I said, on broil, and let them cook for another 15 minutes, and then I will see you when they are done. All right, family. So I just removed them from the broiler, and this is how they look. Nice, beautiful caramelized. The skin is nice and crispy. And so now I'm going to plate this, and then we're going to wrap up this video. All right, family. So here we are, our plated dish. As I mentioned earlier, I made a fresh pot of brown rice. And you can also have like a nice little green vegetable to go with this. I originally was going to make some steamed broccoli, but I was so hungry I didn't even feel like waiting. And so as you can see, I'm demonstrating here with the fork how flaky the fish is, how moist and tender and juicy it is. You can see the caramelized in certain areas of the fish. And so now I'm just, tasting it. And it just came out amazing. Such a wonderful, flavorful dish. I didn't have to add any other seasonings to the fish. The marinade by itself just does it all. All right. So, family, that concludes this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. And always say, if you tried it, let me know how you like it. But yeah, so that's it. And if you haven't, like I said, please make sure you subscribe, share, like, comment below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.